everyone, it's Sarah. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a little tutorial on how I pot up this certain succulent arrangement. Basically it's a pot inside a pot. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about and then we're going to get started. So these are the succulent arrangements I'm talking about. As you can tell, it is a pot within another pot. This here is an 8-inch and this is a 6-inch pot, and this little pot inside both of them are a 3-inch pot. So as you can tell, in each planter there's going to be 3 different succulents. This one has 3 different echeverias. This one has an echeveria and a string of dolphins, as well as this little guy right here. I'm not going to be potting one up with a trailing succulent today. I'm going to be doing something a little different, but potting them up is still similar. The only difference between a trailing plant and then a cluster like this is that the trailing plant is going to be potted up into the little pot, whereas like clusters and these two up here are just put into the soil. So yeah, these are those, and let's get started. So this is my potting station right now. Here I have an 8-inch pot and I filled it with soil already. You want to leave about 1 inch to 2 inches left to put your smaller pot in, as well as the succulents. And then these are the plants I've picked out. So like I said, there's only 3 in each pot, but I like to grab more just because I don't know how I really want it to look until I start potting it up. So here we have, I don't know the name of this little guy, but he's really cute. And then I have an aloe here, a Hofordia, echeveria, and another aloe. So, like I said, here's an 8-inch pot, and those other two had 3 inches. But today we're going to use these little guys. They're 1 inch, I believe. And so, what I think I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put one right up here, and then the other two just slightly farther down. And so this pot is still going to have only 3 plants in it, but instead of being together, they're going to be separate. And when you put your pot in, so as you can tell that it's skinnier at the bottom and wider at the top, so you kind of want to dig it in so that it's level in the soil, so that the top maybe is a little bit deeper than the bottom. And I'm going to put them at sort of an angle here, and it's going to be something like this. So the other pots are very similar to it, instead you just have 1 pot. And now we pick our plants. And so I'm thinking, just because we have a slightly smaller pot, we do slightly smaller succulents. I think these 3 might be too big. We'll see how it goes though. I really like them. I do really want to use one of these just because I think they're really cool. So, and he's got 3 plants in there. As you can see, there's 1 big one and then 2 little ones. So I think we'll use him for sure. And then I do like this aloe here as well. It has a nice blue color to it, as you can see, and it's kind of spiky. And if you look down at it, it kind of looks like a flower. So that's what we're kind of going for. And then the other small guy I picked out is this zebra Hofordia, and he's really cool too. Same thing with that aloe I just showed you. When you look down at it, it kind of looks like a flower. But let me just see what one of these bigger ones is going to look like. So, something I like to do is I'll take the succulent, and then I'll just grab the pot that I want and like put it right underneath. That's pretty cute. I kind of like how that looks. Maybe we'll do 1 big one and then 2 little ones. But yeah. So there we have the succulents picked out. I don't think I'm going to use these 2. I think I'm for sure going to be using this guy, or even, shoot. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think I should have done. I think I'm gonna go with this guy though. So we're gonna go with this guy, I think this guy, and this guy. So I got my succulents picked out, I got my pots in there. So now let's start planting. Okay, so here we have our pot that I just showed you with the 3 little pots in it, and then my succulents are right here. And then I have some extra soil. So a step that you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to fill the tiny pots with soil. You don't want them to be empty. They probably won't sit very well in the soil then. So I'm just going to take a little bit here and then just fill them with just a bit of soil. And that way, if any roots from the succulents start to reach in there, they have a grow medium in there. So I'm just gonna fill them up a bit. Okay. And because I have one big one and two little ones, I'm thinking that the big one's gonna be in the middle just because it has more room, and just so it's a little bit more symmetrical. So the biggest one I have here is this Echeveria. So here's which one I'm using. And so it's this guy. And so to take him out of the pot, you're just gonna wanna slightly squeeze it like so, just to loosen the roots from the pot, and grip at the bottom and squeeze as you pull. And there you go. And then you're just gonna wanna shake off some of the dirt that you have. And just loosen those roots. So here we go. And then, hope you guys can see the pot well, but next you're gonna just stick him right above the pot that you want him to be in, basically. So I'm just gonna dig a little hole in the soil for his roots to go into, and then I'm just gonna stick him in. You can always move your pot. It's not a big deal if you do. It's definitely easier to plant up your succulents sometimes, especially if they're bigger ones like this, once you move your pot, and then you can always put it back. No big deal. And then you're just gonna wanna make sure that the roots are covered and you got enough soil sitting around it. You might wanna grab a little extra more. I have a little bit of soil right here. So we're just gonna do that. Sorry you guys can't see me. Okay. So got that first one potted up, and it's just the same thing for the other two basically. So here's how the pot has turned out. So here's the aloe, Echeveria, and then this guy. So now we're gonna add a little bit of decor. Now this step is optional. You don't really have to do it if you don't want to. I just think it makes the pot maybe look a bit nicer and add a bit of contrast between the plants and the pots and all of that. So here we have some options. Here we have some sand. We have some gold and silver pebbles, black sand, some larger white pebbles. And then we also have some fun colorful options like this yellow glass, as well as purple and green sand and blue glass. So I think I'm gonna go with the gold pebbles just because I think it'll add a nice tone to the whole pot. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay, so now that we decided what we're gonna put on top, you're just gonna take it basically and sprinkle it on the top of it like so. And you're probably going to want to use your fingers just to move them around and get them around the plants, just to get in those little areas that they might not naturally fall into. So I'm just going to do that real quick. So here's how the final pot turned out. I think it looks really good with all the gold pebbles and everything. And then I just took my tags from earlier in the pot just so I know what plants I have in here. This guy didn't come with a tag, but that's okay. But yeah, so here's this guy, and I'm gonna just stick him with these other two that I have over here. And so if you're interested in potting something up like this, feel free to stop in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. My name is Sarah. But yeah, these will also be for sale here at Canoyer Garden Center in Papillion. So feel free to stop in, and yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.